Hello, so I haven't posted for a little while. So this is gonna be kind of like a wrap up, but for the past month or two, I'm not sure when my last video was posted, but I looked to see what it was. So I think I've read 3 books since then, so let's get into it. Um, the first one is one I've had hanging around for quite a while. I got it for free years ago. It was I don't know, it was some sort of promotion or something. It was like, you could pick 2 books from this website. This was one of them. It's called Saltfish Girl by Larissa Lai. Is there? And this one, it's a little under 300 pages. So I didn't really know anything about this book at all. So I wasn't really sure what to expect. It's told in 2 perspectives, it alternates. One of them is a bit of a Chinese creation story, and then the other one is about this girl. And it's kind of strange. Her mom eats durian fruit, which if you've ever been around, you know it reeks like sewage. Some people just love the taste of it. I have not tried it and I don't want to. But anyways, it's, they suspect that because she ate this durian fruit when she was just before she was conceived, that that's why she stinks. And it's kind of weird. It's a bit futuristic as well. Like, they live in a pretty good place, but then the dad has to go on this VR set in the basement and do some sketchy things. But it turns out, like, the world that he goes in, is like his job. He's called a tax collector. It's a little bit strange that way. But the book flips through the perspectives, and at the very end, they come together, which is nice. However, I don't really like it that much. Like, there were some unique things in there, but there's so many tropes as well. Like, you find all these trends in new books, and this one I feel like was on the cusp of that. It won an award in, looks like 2000. Oh no, it didn't. It came out in 2002, so it's been a while. And to me, this sort of trope and stuff is just not that interesting. You know? So, I'm glad I read it, but at the same time, I don't know. I was expecting a lot more and I was pretty let down. And then the next 2 books are completely different. Once Upon a Time, I won a Goodreads giveaway back when you actually could win them. This was like 10, 15 years ago. And I won Awaken the Highland Warrior, or something like that, by Nita Clenny. So I wanted to read again because I remember I read it during university and it was just so silly and fast paced and just ridiculous. So I got it again for another read. Oh my god, it's like kind of like my trash guilty pleasure. This is about a Scottish Highlander. He's locked in a time vault and he gets opened up 150 years later and he has to fight demons, and it's like, oh my god, roll your eyes kind of thing. But it sucks me in. So yeah, I freaking love this book, even though I know it's no work of literary genius or anything like that. I just really enjoyed it. So I thought it was pretty funny. Completely different is Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Now this was recommended to me and this was amazing. I loved this one. This is like a work of genius. So this guy, he was a Roman emperor. I'm not sure which number he is, but basically this was written like, he lived from 121 to 180, and he became emperor in 161. And it's kind of like his diary, sort of. It was never meant to be published. It was just him writing his thoughts down, and it's very good. This has now become a genre called Stoic philosophy, which honestly I'm not into philosophy. I never have been, but I really like this. So it's made up of these different books. But if you're the type of person that really likes quotes, like motivational quotes, you can get so many from this. It's not a very long book. In this edition, like, the first bit is the introduction, and you can see here, where is it? This much is introduction, and then this is the meat of the book. But it's written in a way that there's a lot of spacing, for the most part. Some of them are a bit chunkier, like that, but it's easy to get through. But it's very deep too, so you don't want to get through it fast. You want to read a little bit and think about it. So I really, really like this. I often read in the mornings when I have my coffee, and this was such a good one. And lastly, I'll get to what I'm reading now. A few years ago, I tried to read this book, but unfortunately, my mother passed away, and I just kind of, you know. But I remember I liked it, so I wanted to give it another go. And I'm glad I did. So it is the Count of Monte Cristo. You know, it's the big one. I'm not too far into it. Where am I? 242. So I've read this much. But I really, really like it. It's a good classic so far. It's about this guy. He's a sailor. He gets thrown in prison for something he didn't do. And there's another prisoner in there, and everyone thinks he's mad, but he's like, I got a treasure. So he, they become friends. And yeah, I don't know much more to say because I haven't gotten that far, but it's really good so far. So really happy about that. The other thing is that today we went to the used bookstore and I picked up a couple of books. They're just behind the camera here. Well, I say a couple, but not a box set that I was not expecting to get. This is Little House on the Prairie. Isn't that sweet? It's old. But it has all of them, I think. There's 9 of them. So it has Little House in the Big Woods, Little House on the Prairie, Farmer Boy, On the Banks of Plum Creek, By the Shores of Silver Lake, The Long Winter, Little Town on the Prairie, These Happy Golden Years, and The First 4 Years. I don't know if they're in order or anything, that's the order they're in the box here. Super sweet. The ticket price was $25, but I had credit, so I got it half price. Which is pretty good. I don't think I've ever read these, but there was a TV show kind of like that. I can't remember what it's called, but it was the same idea, but she was from Prince Edward Island. And I can't remember what the heck that was called. But hey, why not, right? So yeah, let me know what you guys have been reading and if you have any recommendations. Obviously, I'm tied up for a little bit here, but still, pretty good. I was so disappointed by that Saltfish Girl, though. It's like, you know how everything's getting so woke? I was getting woke vibes from that, and I really don't like that. So I'm seeing myself going in the opposite direction with more classics or even stuff from like the 80s or early 90s kind of thing. I seem to be going towards, or just stuff that's more authentic and less trying to convince a certain audience, I guess you could say. So yeah, rambling now. We'll talk again later.